Hey guys, Xmodus here, back for part 3 of A Beggar's Journey. Before starting the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are well on our way to hitting 13k subscribers, and I appreciate all the love and support you guys have shown me in the comments of my last video. The community is growing and it makes me very happy to see that you guys love what I do. Now, just to notify, going over his first YouTube run, there will probably be things that you guys have most likely already heard about. But hopefully I'll bring up something that's new to you, and teaching people about the Lord DarkSydePhil is what this series is all about. So let's get into it. So after ducking and dodging and getting land blasted out the LGC, DSP thought it might be a good idea to make a YouTube channel for gameplay purposes. He created his channel on March 3rd, 2007. Now his style of recording gameplay footage is way different than the standards we have today. Back then, capture cards like Elgato weren't around and OBS didn't exist either. This was around the time people were uploading shitty Bandicam footage. You know them old school GTA Myth videos with the X-Files theme song? Good memories. Anyways, Phil substituted not having a capture card by placing the camera directly in front of his TV. I ain't gonna lie, his camera placement was pretty on point and the quality of the camera wasn't too bad either. Back then, if you didn't have a capture card, you had to work with what you got, and Phil made it work. It just sucks that he's fucking terrible at doing commentary. People hated the way he talked over cutscenes and made very unfunny jokes throughout his playthrough. Not to mention his laugh was fucking abysmal.
What the hell? What the fuck? She killed the actors. She burned them alive. What the hell? What? What? He's looking around like, what the fuck? Look at this guy. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Everyone dies. The whole fucking place goes up in flames. And she just keeps singing. Look at this guy. They come flying out of the balcony. You know what they say, the show must go on. Keep singing. Don't interrupt, keep singing. Oh, that was great. That was the best intro ever. That was absolutely hilarious.
But even with his god-awful commentary, he was able to rake in a lot of viewers to his channel. His most famous playthrough was Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, which currently has over 3 million views on his gaming channel. People unironically enjoyed watching Phil at this point in his career, but you have to remember, YouTube was very different at this time. A funny thing to mention about his Spider-Man playthrough, Phil has admitted himself that he was drinking heavily around this time. You can even hear him slur throughout some of his playthroughs. It's no doubt part of this was the reason for his lackluster joke telling and gameplay skills. Well, one day, during a recording session, DSP was getting a bit too loud. He was actually recording gameplay with his window open, meaning the whole neighborhood could probably hear him yelling like a jackass. Well, it eventually got to a breaking point. One of his neighbors came to his window, and you can hear him tell DSP to shut the fuck up.
I'm just gonna keep walking forward, see? And swinging my fist around, see? And if you get in the way, it's your own fault, see? Why you guys gonna pick on me? Don't you have some prohibition gig to run?
All she wrote. I thought that went rather well. Not like this.
Oh boy.
Say uncle.
Hey, shut up.
Come on, what do you got?
And what do you think tough guy Phil did? Mr. Take it outside and get your ass beat. Well, he did exactly what you expected.
Take a load off.
Shut the fuck up.
That's right. He closed the window and told his neighbor to shut the fuck up after he already left. You don't want no problems with Phil, G. He got all the smoke.
None of them want to step outside and get their ass beat.
Now, with all this attention coming to his channel and receiving the big YouTube chicks, it made DSP grow quite the ego. He felt like he couldn't do no wrong, and if you had a problem with one of his videos, then you were just jealous of him. His ego was getting so big that it got to the point where he was flipping on his own fans. He would block them away from his channel if they brought up something he didn't like.
The other thing that I want to talk about If you're blocked from one of my pages, it's for good reason. I don't block people for no reason. It's probably because either you said something stupidly insulting, you made a joke that's not funny and is probably insulting to me or someone else involved in my videos. Maybe you said something really rude or crude to someone who's doing a co-op playthrough. For example, my friend Evie and I did a playthrough of Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, and there were all kinds of nasty fucking comments from sick people, and you're all blocked. So you have to learn to live with the consequences of what you do. If you say something really stupid like, DSP tries it, trying to lose his virginity. Well, guess what? How about this one? You try it. Being fucking blocked from comments, okay? That's the kind of shit I'm not putting up with. Really dumb things that don't belong on my videos. That kind of stuff will be removed and you will be blocked.
He felt like he was better than everyone else and that he pioneered the gaming scene on YouTube, which he really didn't. People were doing the same thing he did around this time. He just spammed out so many videos it was hard to ignore him, and he was able to take advantage of the ad revenue this way. And as other YouTubers began to upgrade their streaming quality, Phil was stubborn. He felt that his way was the best way to record gameplay, and the other YouTubers were getting everything wrong.
Okay, so that's the explanation of how I do what I do. And one last thing, a lot of people say, Phil, you have no excuse, why don't you do direct capture? It would actually be easier than your current setup right now. And to which I respond, it's this simple. I want you to look at my setup. You see the size of my TV? You see the nice subwoofer surround sound speakers I have here? Behind me, the surround sound speakers, see them? You see that? Most people who do direct capture, here's what they do. Here's their computer. They walk up to their computer and their tiny little fucking monitor, and they sit here and they grab a headset. Here's my headset from my computer. And they put their headset on their ears, and they're playing on a controller here in front of a small monitor, talking into a headset to get their commentary and having the audio of the game go through the headset. That's not gaming to me, okay? Gaming to me is sitting in your living room, here on your nice couch, relaxing, you got a nice drink in front of you, you're ready, you sit down, you got your surround sound pumping. That's how these games are meant to be experienced. Why do you think that all video games now have 5.1 surround sound? So if you can experience it like that, that's how you should experience it. For me to have to do direct capture, I would have to run that headset across my living room, which by the way doesn't even fucking reach from my computer to here. I would have to do commentary through it, and I would have to have the audio of the game play through the headphones instead of my surround sound, because if I did use my surround sound and the headphones, the microphone would pick up the audio from the system and it would echo. So you'd be hearing double game audio, which you don't want to hear. There are little to no solutions for this problem. Everyone who's told me to do direct capture, when I challenge them on this, they have no answer. So the bottom line is, this is what I'm doing for now. This is how I've done it. This is how I will continue to do it for now.
But what really stuck out to me was when he uploaded a series of videos named Fan Request Ridicule. The whole point of these videos was to mock his own fan base for sending him friend requests and wanting to talk to him. That would be career suicide nowadays, but I guess it was a different time back then.
Too much stylism. YouTube needs fail long madness. Oh, well, let's think about this. Fuck you. Okay. Send you a voice message. Hold on. I gotta turn up my volume so we can hear the voice message, actually. Probably the 50. Let's see. Play the voice.
Hey, you wanna get 85 minutes for survival mode?
What? Hold on. Play that again.
Hey, you wanna get 85 minutes for survival mode?
You want to get 85 minutes for survival mode. Of course, he's talking about Left 4 Dead, and of course, he's an amazing fucking moron. No. I told you not to send me any friend requests. So hold on. Let's see. Did he send me... Oh, he sent me a friend request. Fuck you, you dumb shit. Alright.
This was also a golden point to be a detractor because Phil was fucking terrible at everything he played. He was even terrible at Heavy Rain. Now, I don't know how you can fuck up at a movie game, but Phil found a way. Current Phil does all of his gameplays on screen, and when a game gets too difficult, he will often read chat and let them play for him. There will even be times where he will pause the game until the chat tells him what to do.
There's no way to do it. It's fucking impossible. What is going on with this fucking game right now that is being this stupid? People are saying the tornadoes work, then tell me how to fucking use it because I can't pass it. I can't pass the game until someone explains how this works. How do I do it?
How the fuck do I do this? I cannot progress until I understand this mechanic. This is so dumb. This actually is legitimately pissing me off that this is in the game and they don't explain it at all. I did all the trainings and everything too, and there's no training for it. Use the tornadoes as a golf hole. So what you're saying is try to actually shoot it directly into the tornado.
Back then, Phil didn't have any of that, and it made for great material. Like how it took him damn near 20 minutes to figure out how to jump in Half-Life.
And there goes my barrel. Now I'm fucked. Why can't I jump up here? It's obvious this is what I'm supposed to do. Why can't I do it? This is so fucking weird. I don't understand. Like, what game mechanic am I not doing properly here that I can't get up here?
Or when it took him 10 minutes to find one door in Batman Arkham.
No, once it goes down there, that's it. It doesn't do nothing. No way to get that door open? This is really confusing.
I would love to see what Phil would do if the screen chat was bugged out and he was stuck on a hard part of wherever the fuck he was playing. I also won't forget to mention that this dude was smashing the fuck out of his controllers, and then he would complain when the shit wouldn't work for him.
Wow. Oh my god, he completely fuck this fucking fuck.
Along with his usual gameplay videos, DSP will upload vlogs to his channel as well. He even created a channel that would host all of the vlogs he created. He came up with a series named DSP Tries It, where he will buy and review fast food and even TV dinners you will buy when you too lazy to cook shit.
Wow. Look at that presentation. They couldn't even get it on the bun. Like, look, just look, as I rotate here, it's completely crooked. They didn't even try. Like, there's no effort here at all. I've got to think this thing is 1,000 calories. I mean, now I might be, most people say that a regular diet, dietitians should be 2,000 calories in one day, evenly spread throughout the day, right? I've got to think that this burger, with the amount of grease and butter, has to be at least 1,000 calories. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of this. This reminds me of the fucking KFC Double Down, quite honestly, right now. This could be the most unhealthy thing I've ever eaten for this program. Oh my, look at this. All right, I'm gonna do it. Here we go.
Devour.
He will also do another series named Cooking with the King, where he will follow cooking recipes and perform them on camera. And I don't know if I should be shocked that his culinary skills are just as bad as his gaming ones.
But what are you gonna do? It is what it is. Frying. It's cooking. It looks disgusting. It's all good. This bacon's almost ready to flip, but we'll leave it sit there for a second. These eggs we are going to flip soon. They're almost ready to flip. See, they're solid now. See, this is how you know when to flip your eggs. When they're solid, the yolk is still bright yellow, but they look like there's no more liquid on the top. That's when you flip them. So I'm going to flip these now. Whoops. That was a very sloppy flip. Whoops. I broke the yolk on that one. That was a massive failure. Problem is I'm trying to do it with one fucking hand. There we go. That was a clean flip. That's how you do it. Safest thing to do with bacon grease. Oh yeah! Hot fucking potatoes. Oh yeah, look at that shit in my trash. Oh, that looks delightful, doesn't it? Now, the other thing.
So while doing all of his shenanigans on YouTube, copyright strikes suddenly appeared on his channel. At this point in time, it was pretty easy to get a channel taken off with false copyright infringement, and that's exactly what happened to Phil's channel.
As you know, this has not been an easy ride. It's been quite a bumpy road with a lot of roadblocks, a lot of things that had to be overcome. Whether it was having my channel almost get completely shut down on YouTube due to false copyright claims, whether it was getting kicked out of the partnership program with Google because they basically didn't believe that I had the fan base that I did and thought that I was abusing the system.
Just a quick insertion, Phil's original channel was terminated from the partnership program due to him telling his viewers to click on the ad so he would get more money. Phil still won't fully admit that this was the reason to this day.
Entertain you in the future, please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the videos there, because hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, that actually starts giving me some money back for what I'm doing. I mean,
While he was dealing with all these copyright issues, someone claiming to be Ubisoft spoke with YouTube and demanded they take Phil down since he wasn't given permission to upload their gameplay. YouTube swiftly put the ban hammer on Phil, and it was later revealed it was just a troll who wanted to get Phil's channel taken down. YouTube later reinstated his channel, but the damage was already done. Phil took his shitty gameplay over to Blip TV and uploaded there since their rules was a bit different than YouTube. He was actually doing quite decent during this switch, but Phil being Phil, he had to fuck it up in some kind of way. During one episode of his Dead Space 2 playthrough, Phil went around making jokes about being the last remaining Nazi and having to cleanse all the space Jews.
This is what happens when you let the Jews do whatever they want. You've let the Jews overrun space, and now look at this. Their greed has had the artifact turn everyone into necromorphs. So now I, the last remaining Nazi, must exterminate them. Hello, Jew. I killed with one shot. Damn. Yes, Jews in space. You'll see what happens. Haha. Why are you carrying your balls next to you? You stupid moron. You big-nosed freak. Haha. Isaac Heimler. That's my name. Fuck you. Haha. And now, turn the ovens on.
Space Jews. All right. It's gonna get worse than that. Hang in there.
This would be the first and last mistake he would make on Blip TV. They gave his ass the ban hammer and sent him packing back to YouTube. DSP would later blame the comedian Howard Stern for making those jokes and the trolls for mass reporting him to Blip because, you know, it's never Phil's fault.
wow, did you know that in 2010 Phil was on Blip TV and he made a joke about the Jews and Nazis? Oh my god, once ever, Phil made a horrendous joke, learned his lesson, never made that kind of joke ever again, and repeatedly apologized for it and explained that that joke was actually copied off of the Howard Stern show, which is a completely different animal than what people thought it was, but man, we still gotta bring that shit up, right? And that's the thing, people just find these moments of things, I'm not even kidding, that moment in 2010 people still bring up to this day.
So, in order to stop fighting alone in the copyright battle, Phil joined the MCN known as Machinima. This meant all of Phil's YouTube money would go to Machinima and they would pay him a cut of what he used to make. But he also gained protection from copyright strikes, and they would even help him take down videos trolls was making about him at this time. There isn't much to talk about his Machinima deal, but it will play a factor down the line. But I feel like it's a good time to talk about someone who does play a major role in DSP lore. John Rambo and DSP became friends at the EVO tournament in 2006. From the beginning, Phil and John hit it off pretty well, and with John living in the same city as Phil, that meant it would be easier for the two to get together and shoot videos. I say around this time, this is where DSP was at his most happiest. The two seemed to really enjoy their co-op commentary and they did multiple podcasts with each other. John was a nice guy overall, but there was times where you could see DSP rub off on him. Like that one time, him and DSP shit talked the fan for wanting to help them play a video game.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh my god.
Can you hear me?
You're incredibly annoying. You're an annoying human.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for a long time. I figured I'd give you some pointers.
That's great. Can I just play and not be bothered by you? That'd be cool.
I'm sorry if I came off across annoying, man.
I can't get out of it. No, you can't. It doesn't even work. Check it out. It doesn't even work.
Okay, you click on my name, set voice volume, and you use your analog stick to look.
There. Meanwhile, if you just stop talking to us, then... Yeah, meanwhile, if you didn't fucking try to make us chat with you so you can get attention on the internet, and we actually let us play the fucking game. I thought he was great. I liked it.
Like, he wasn't even trying to be a burden, he was just trying to help them understand the game. Anyway, as I mentioned in my last video, DSP later became friends with a guy named Howard through John Rambo. Phil and Howard hit it off as well, but not as great as John and Phil did. And with these three coming together to shoot videos and having all kinds of fun with video game and wrestling discussions, an idea came to Phil to start his very own web series that he thought would lead to high popularity, but ended up causing a huge downfall of his friendship with Howard and John Rambo. Project 7 was a comedy internet series Phil came up with. The premise of the show was that Phil was trapped in his house and was forced to play video games he didn't like. Oh, the irony. Anyway, John and Howard came to save Phil, and the three are put through many situations facing enemies from different retro video games. Each episode was supposed to end on a cliffhanger, as we would find out what was the worst game Phil had to sit through and play. We will find that out in the last episode, but of course due to Phil's ego and greed, the series never made it past 4 episodes. During the making of Project 7, the fans really enjoyed John Rambo through the short lifespan of the series. They really enjoyed his humor, which garnered a lot of envy from Phil. One day, he made a vlog where he sat on his ass and told his fans that he was the one that came up with all the funny lines for John Rambo, a lie which John called out on his podcast with Howard.
Right before episode 3 is going to come out, doing my thing. This is going to be a common theme on this recording here, where I'm just kind of doing my thing, doing what I got to do in my daily life, and I start getting messages from people, and I go, "What the hell is this?" So, right before episode 3 comes out, Phil puts out a video. He's talking about Project 7, whatever, man. And it's just something he often says. He says he'll set it up. I don't mean to badmouth. Don't take this the wrong way. But he says, I don't mean to badmouth John Rambo. Don't take this the wrong way. And proceeds to talk about me. Talking about how John was given the best lines. And we gave him things to do. Because basically he's upset that people were in the comments saying that, John's the best part of this, or things like that, So yeah, he makes the video saying John was given things to do. He was given the best lines. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a flat-out lie.
Yeah.
Flat-out lie.
This caused Rambo to feel mistreated, and he was ready to step away from the whole project. John would later confront Phil about it, and we all know how tough guy Phil is when you confront him about shit. He apologized a lot and told John the only reason why he said those things was because he felt insecure. Howard was having his own issues with Phil as well. He had his friends come through and not only shoot the videos they made, but sit at home and edit them as well. And as an editor myself, it can be very taxing work. Making one simple mistake can make you feel terrible. And on top of the whole thing, Phil wasn't paying them nothing.
So continue with Project 7, man. So you said it started to fall apart at that point. What do you think happens? Where do you...
Started to fall apart. And what was basically happening was... these guys were working 50, 60 hours a week on getting this shit edited to try to pump it out with these unrealistic timelines. So naturally what's going to happen is people are just going to get burnt out, which ended up happening. Couple that with the fact, and again, we don't want to talk too much about it, but couple that with the fact with money, Yeah. These guys are putting all this time and effort into this fucking thing. And what do they get? Gugats. That's what they got.
In fact, the only nigga who was making bank off this series was Phil. Another thing that was showing his true colors to his friends. Howard got to see this fully when Phil ended up leaving to go to Seattle. He messaged him last minute to come by before he moved and shoot one last video. Howard was caught off guard and told Phil that he wasn't going to be able to make it. Phil responded by stating that if he didn't show up, then it meant that they wasn't going to be friends anymore. You see, in order to be friends with Phil, you need to center your schedule all around him and come shoot a video when he needs you to be there. Fuck whatever important thing you got going on, I need that YouTube money right now.
Greed is massively strong.
So after moving, Phil never got into contact with Howard again, but he was still talking to John Rambo. The two of them were still trying to hash out how they would do videos, and they eventually settled on recording a podcast. John ended up canceling the podcast and told Phil he wasn't in the right state of mind. He mentioned he wasn't in the mood to record any YouTube videos for a while. Phil took that and recorded a vlog the next day telling his fans that John had quit doing YouTube and wished him goodbye, and then started talking some shit about him. John, who was unaware of the whole thing, started receiving a bunch of messages from fans wishing him farewell, which confused him a lot.
So, I eventually get a message from him in the middle of the night, Howard. And it wakes me up because I'm sleeping, and I'm pissed off because I have to work the next morning. So, I believe I woke up, I'm pissed off, go back to sleep. I remember waking up the next morning and very quickly responding to this in a very nondescript text response, which was basically, please count me out for a while. I'm looking to move. I'm trying to get money together to move. YouTube isn't going to help with that, which is in reference to doing stuff with him, okay? Because my stuff that I was doing isn't monetized, and I'm not looking to, I wasn't looking to make money with that as my creative outlet. I see that Phil did not actually call me. He instead made a video, a monetized video, by the way, where he publicly reads the text out loud for whatever reason. He goes on to give me a bunch of compliments and then kind of buries me after that, which is a weird mixture that he likes to do sometimes. It's okay if I speak negatively because I complimented you first, so it's okay, right? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
He does the same thing where he goes, "I'm going to be honest with everyone," that usual spiel. He talks about how John's giving up on YouTube. He doesn't want to do stuff on YouTube anymore. He kind of implies like I'm upset about views. I'm not getting enough credit or views or money, and very far from my feelings on things.
And after stating in that video that he was going to talk to John Rambo about things, the two of them never spoke to each other after this. John stepped away from the internet, followed by Howard, and the two of them are focused on more better things right now, while Phil is still stuck doing the same shit he's been doing for 13 years. Rotting away in that chair, still playing video games he does not care about.
Haruka, 俺がただ一人愛した女の忘れ方に出会った頃、まだ幼かったこの子は過酷な運命を背負って極道の抗争に巻き込まれていた。そして
Phil went on to state that John and Howard betrayed him for not talking about their issues with him and making a video about it. But they clearly stated in that podcast that they tried to get into contact with Phil multiple times, but he never replied back. They just figured hanging with Phil was a lost cause, and he was just going to keep dragging them down for his own personal gain, so they just left. Phil hasn't made any real life friends since John and Howard's departure because nobody wants to hang around a nigga like DSP. He will only try to use you, and once you can't meet his demands, he will throw you aside and try to drag your name down in the process. John and Howard exposed that Phil is just as scummy in person as he is in his videos. It was a very smart decision for them to get as far away as possible from Phil. I hope the two of them are living great lives, knowing that they survived the ever sinking ship that is DarkSydePhil. Alright guys, that'll do it for today's episode. Always be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. I think I'm going to start back recording some more fighters videos because I ain't going to stop that series just yet. I also got to go work back on my on my other playthroughs like Crash Bandicoot 4. I still haven't completed that game yet, and it's been like over 10 months I think since I played that game. I really got to finish it. And I got to start preparing for the new games that's going to start coming out, like Five Nights at Freddy's fucking 500. People been wanting me to talk about other logcasts, but I gotta figure out which one I'm gonna do after I get done talking about DarkSydePhil. I still gotta plan this all out. This is all new to me, and I ain't expect all this support to come so quickly, but man, do I love it. And I love all of you guys, so thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the series. I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you later.